Have you ever wondered what a broken Pez dispenser and a multi-billion-dollar fortune have in common? The answer will surprise you: eBay. In 1995, in a sunny corner of California, a young programmer named Piero Midyar had a girlfriend, Pamela Wesley, a collector of Pez dispensers. The difficulty in finding other collectors to exchange these curious pieces with gave him an idea. An idea that would forever change the way we buy and sell things. Midyar was not a business magnate. He was a normal guy, with a brilliant mind and a need to create an online space where people could connect to exchange objects. He called it Auction Web. Legend has it that Midyar created the site in a weekend, almost as a hobby. He hosted it on his personal page, within his programming consultancy, eBay Technology Group. But the truth is that the original name was not eBay. It was called eBay, in reference to his consultancy. When he wanted to register the name, it was already taken, so he opted for eBay. At first, Auction Web was an organized chaos. A digital corner where people sold everything from used socks to old computers. Anything was worth it. And this is where the broken Pez dispenser comes into play. It was one of the first items sold on the platform. Midyar, surprised, contacted the buyer to make sure he understood that he was acquiring a defective object. The answer was simple: I collect broken Pez dispensers. That was the eureka moment. Midyar understood the potential of his creation. It was not just about selling things, but about connecting people with common interests. About creating a community. The first months were of slow but constant growth. Midyar continued working in his main job and dedicated his free time to Auction Web. Soon, traffic increased so much that he had to start charging a small commission for each sale. Here the challenges began. Midyar had no experience in business management. He had to learn on the fly, making mistakes and learning from them. One of the biggest problems was the lack of trust. How to convince people to send money to a stranger in exchange for an object they had only seen in a photo? The answer was the community. The users themselves began to regulate themselves, creating a system of votes and reviews that allowed buyers and sellers to rate each other. Transparency and trust became the pillars of Auction Web. In 1997, Auction Web officially changed its name to eBay. The company was no longer a hobby, but a serious business. They hired Meg Whitman, an executive with experience in marketing, to take over as CEO. Whitman was in charge of taking eBay to the next level. Under Whitman's leadership, eBay experienced explosive growth. They expanded internationally, acquired other companies and became an e-commerce giant. The key to their success was their ability to adapt to the needs of their users. They constantly added new features, such as the PayPal payment system, which facilitated transactions between buyers and sellers. But it wasn't all a bed of roses. eBay faced competition from other companies, such as Amazon, who were also venturing into e-commerce. In addition, they had to deal with problems of fraud and counterfeiting. This is where one of the most curious myths of eBay comes into play: the sale of souls. Yes, you heard right. Over the years, ads have appeared on eBay offering the sale of souls. Some were jokes, but others were more serious. eBay has always prohibited this type of advertising, claiming that they violate its policies of selling intangible items. But the legend persists, fueled by the idea that on eBay you can sell anything. Another curiosity is the story of the most expensive pizza in the world. In 2010, an eBay user offered a slice of pizza that had supposedly been bidden by Justin Bieber. The offer reached $1,000 before eBay removed it. Today, eBay is much more than just an auction site. It is a global platform where millions of products are sold every day. From cars to clothing, through antiques and collectibles, eBay has democratized commerce, allowing anyone to sell their products to a global audience. But what does eBay represent today? It is a reflection of our consumer society. A place where nostalgia, opportunity and need converge. A space where the old finds a new home, and the rare finds a buyer. eBay has shown that a simple idea, born from the need to connect collectors of broken Pez dispensers, can be transformed into a global empire. An empire built on trust, community and the ability to adapt to change. Because sometimes, behind a simple logo, there is a whole story that few know.